Hello and welcome, world. We're back at it. I am Crownson's Corner, aka Ryan, or the other way around. This is the Healing Chefs podcast. Other co-host we have is
Taylor, Sweet THC 2.0.
and today we have
Hi.
Sir Hi.
How's it going?
And thank you very much for showing up. It is a
Absolutely.
real honor for us to have you here. We're gonna go ahead and jump right into it, though. Cannabis journey.
Nice.
All right. So you said, and you've watched quite a bit of our episodes.
Yeah.
So Cannabis Journey is all about how you found cannabis, and then we'll go like on your way to where you're at with it now.
Okay. Let's see. Found cannabis would be my family. A lot of my family was into drugs, and from an early age, I noticed there was a lot of drug use going on. And for the most part, though, in my home, the only thing that was going on at the time at an early age was my mom would smoke weed. And I remember the first time I found it, I lifted up this couch and it had like an ottoman. And I lifted up the ottoman for whatever reason. And I saw this magazine with some weed on it. I was like, oh, shit. I was like, okay. Didn't know quite what it was at the time. It was that was like the first time.
Right.
But so then, and then a few years later, smoked it or attempted to smoke it with my younger cousin. He had taken some from his mom, and we tried to roll it up with some toilet paper. So we were young, it wasn't an experienced move. And then it wasn't till like 15, 16 that I was living in Tempe, introduced to some people through playing basketball, and they smoked. So that was when we got introduced to being a heavy smoker. So that,
and you didn't pull out the toilet paper that time.
No, we had this acrylic bong actually.
Oh, nice.
When I think about those times, I think about that
acrylic
that bong. Yeah.
I've had too many of those. I think it was not the last episode, but a couple of them before. I was talking about the gas mask.
Oh yeah.
And that was all like plastic and
no, the gas mask. I definitely went through a wave, but it would always leave my cheeks smelling like weed. I didn't like that. I was like, damn, there's got to be somewhere around that.
I did it once, and I blew my lungs out in front of everybody, and then we just kind of like put that over.
Well, and he was the first person to try it too, so he was like, "It's fine, ruined it for everyone."
So. Check this out. Hold my beer. Check this out.
Exactly.
Damn.
Yeah. Lead by example.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. Great. Someone's got to touch the stove to know it's hot. So then you moved to like bongs and stuff like that, and I mean, a lot of people know who you are and stuff like that. But you went, and how did you progress into?
Well, I think where a lot of people know, it depends. There's like these eras I like to refer to them. Like one is like when I was doing music heavy and I was rapping, and then I took that into the smoke shop world by working at a smoke shop called Trails back in the day.
Trails, remember?
And then I worked there for like 2.5 years. And then I left there. They were a little bit of a larger smoke shop, and I just had a disagreement with the owner, and I went to this smoke shop called Blaze, and Blaze let me do whatever. And then so I was like, had the opportunity to do all the hiring and promotions and ordering and things like that really helped, develop my, confidence to open up my own smoke shop. But in the meantime, from
just
doing
building the skills.
Yeah, exactly. Like, catching some fails here and there on someone else's dollar, so that, but then while I was also doing that, I was still doing the music, and I would take the smoke shop, like, we'd have like blunt wraps and things like that. And I'd go to shows and just pass out a lot of these things, or I'd have like Roar sponsor a performance and give out a Roar that show. So I think that I credit that the most to why people in the Arizona community know me is like me making music. I like to, at least, but then like I think based on the smoke shop success, high maintenance, a lot of people, because we were one of the only smoke shops at the time to, one, not carry meth pipes, And then 2, carry quality glass that isn't import. You know, a lot of people out here will only carry import glass because of how inexpensive it is, but we would carry Illidals and Motherships and Toros, and so
there you go.
You know,
when
that
did you
was
open your first shop again? Like,
hey, make sure you're.
So mine was I opened up High Maintenance Smoke Shop January 1st, 2010.
Does it?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like a recession going on.
Sure.
But at the time, I was just like, well, if it pays my bills, you know, I mean, I didn't think it would do what it did. I was just like, well, this will help me, you know, set up myself for success. And if I'm, because like, you know, we go to small smoke shops and a lot of times you see the owners behind the counter.
For sure.
So that's what my plans was. I was like, I'm just going to do that, you know? And so that was the plan. And then it just kind of, it took off because of the community support. It was tight.
Yeah. And then like the progression of glass, like I know like years ago, like we're talking 2006 and 7 and stuff. Like I myself am not one of the heady boys, so because I'm afraid of breaking everything.
Yeah,
I can appreciate it. I'm just I'm probably never gonna buy anything unless I get real famous, and I don't plan on doing that. So, but where did you see it kind of change from with working with glass and stuff? Change from just like someone, and shout out for not having the meth pipes.
Nice.
I mean, I had my issues back in the day, not too long. But like that's a great thing, especially for stoners, like just smoking weed. We don't want to like always be associated with these things.
Right.
So
right,
exactly. So shout out to you for that.
Yeah.
But where did you see it kind of change into the more like with the Illidale? Like I don't know when like all that started.
Quality, like
with a real.
I would have to look back and say it's always been there. Like you can go back and not always, obviously it's a new industry. Glass blowing only started, I believe in the late 80s or early 90s with Bob Snodgrass. Shout out to him. And, you know, it's always been like, there's been artists out there that are just really good at it. And like, they would sit on the shelves and like, you know, people would like, you know, admire them. And there would be collectors. When it became a thing, obviously it's like, social media.
I was just about to say when people started filming the smokes, you know,
like back in the day, I knew Jerome Baker, and that was probably about it.
Nice, yeah. And he's, I mean, you can
not him personally. I just know the brand.
Nice, the brand, and you can contribute. You said that they contributed a lot to the growth of the industry as well, because you know the classic Jerome Baker or like the Chong Bong, like that was like those were like the industry's first. Had to have, or if you had it, status symbol type.
Well, shoot, Cottonmouth Kings was rapping about JB on their stuff. So
Kings.
Yeah, classic. Shout out to D-Loc and them,
nice.
Chucky Chuck getting things going.
Hell yeah,
I just
they're out there doing it right now.
Yeah,
still,
I was just talking. No,
I
was just talking to
cool,
Chucky
man.
the other day. I'm like, bro, when you come in town, let me know. I wanna. Yeah.
Shout to Blazy D out there, or now Stoner Jordan. You know,
Stoner Jordan. Hey, shout out.
Nice.
Yeah, I just seen him plugging something at the Marquee.
Yeah, he's always, man, that dude is like, he
Jordan.
actually helped me get back into making music. When I transitioned from that Trails to the Blaze, I ran into his producer and got invited over and whatnot. And like, they recorded me just on love. And so, you know, his group, him and Snakey. So shout out to those guys, you know.
Shout out to everybody. Yeah. Shout out to everybody. We're shouting out.
Go.
Yeah. All right. And so with yourself with smoking, and we discussed this with Evan of AZ Dink last week.
Nice.
People are being a little more, and I know you're trying to be more accepting of everybody, because even you just said recently on your thing, like the Jeter, am I not going to smoke it? Like, right. I mean,
yeah.
How have you handled with some of the scene nowadays kind of hating on different people?
I mean, I've had an actually learning curve through the podcast, through High in Arizona, because I've tried to make it where we present both sides, and then through just conversation. I think that, you know, being aware is where you can, you know, form your opinions on things and stuff like that. Because a lot of times, you know, people will hate on product that they haven't even tried. You know? It's like, damn.
But I mean, sometimes, you know, a lot of those people are doing it for the clout purposes. So I feel like a lot of people are taking back support just because the people that they're around don't like that, or there's something going on with the people who are employed by those brands too. So a lot of times it doesn't even have a thing to do with the product, and it's crazy.
It's true. Yeah. And that's and how I've navigated it is, I mean, look, it's okay for me to have an opinion. It's okay if, because I got flack for having Jeters at the lounge, and they were like, oh man, and I'm like, to me, I look at it like my responsibility is to try to make it a space for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And also connoisseurs out there. We wouldn't be able to have the spot if we just went on connoisseurs, because we are the minority group in overall smoking. Like the connoisseurs aren't the larger pie of the group. Like, we obviously like to, promote that we smoke the best, and arguably so. Hey, but
you do.
When it comes to the amount being smoked, like, there's a lot of people out there smoking Jeters. There's a lot of people out there smoking brands that they can, just afford to consume how they want, right? Like,
everybody has a price point.
That part for sure.
Yeah,
everybody has a price point. Everybody, like I've said before, no one's on the same journey as you, and we're all like taking these dips and everything like that. Not all the time can I buy some stuff. Like, I recently, like, some of the stuff, when you see me pick up rosin and stuff, I've got so much going on and into this and everything else. Like, I'm probably hitting BOGOs. But it is what it is. But I'm never, like you, I'm never going to like single anybody out. To like, I appreciate that. That's good for the community.
I mean, if we do, I feel it's because there's something going on with that product, though, right? Like, I feel like if, for example, we did the gut challenge.
For sure.
And we gutted all these pre-rolls and things like that, or we singled out someone, that Taylor here is very familiar with, Steven Vega, right? Like, if we've got to single people out, we feel like we do that because
there's a responsibility
it needs to be done. So
it's just like the Mikey thing. He's doing a whole another event.
Right. I did see that. So I do feel that we try to, if there's a just cause, then let's bring it up.
Well, I appreciate that. Yeah, you do a lot of the breaking news and stuff like that, and trying to keep people honest when definitely is needed. Because like, even like Reddit and stuff will do some things, but sometimes it's just like jagged employees
and things like that.
I've been a jagged employee.
Man, they had the Reddit break some news sometimes. So we see it on there.
Like, I don't want to.
That's funny.
I've seen some stuff for like a brand recently that's like I'm not going to say their name, but I've seen that their starting material was dark, like real dark.
Oh boy,
you can't see your hand behind it or something like that. Okay. But then they're mixing it with other stuff to like get it.
That's happening.
Yeah, it's happening right now, and I'm just like, I don't like that, but I'm also not going to go out and call them out because
everyone's doing it. So until people are ready to,
but if you want to know what not to get,
man, I was shocked to find out that distillate is mixed into resin carts. Like, I thought for sure that resin carts were 100%, live resin, but no, come to find out that there's a mixture of distillate in there.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's weird because it's also, it has to be winterized and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. So what do you like?
I don't know.
And I also think sometimes there's different brands, I think, that are mixing terps into their like BHO to try to but
increase it.
But I mean, I'm a chef. I know how to like stretch my products.
There you go.
And I'm never going to be mad at someone trying to do that.
Right.
And so.
Well, it's just a complete lying out of pocket that, is the unacceptable.
There are
part,
those
like
brands
Steven Vega,
then,
but other than that, the mixing of the concentrates, it's so common that it's kind of like you guys are starting to realize these things after it's so far in the process of just being common.
Yeah. But then again, we were the same people that like eat the edibles with the food grade and all sorts of other different things. Right. So like,
I think just labeling stuff, I think that when I was, looking at all of these things, like how like the biodegradables or stuff like that, where they're taking like, all of this PM product and stuff like that and making, carts and things out of it.
Yeah,
and it's like, okay, look, if that's what it is, that's what it is.
Just be honest.
But label it. Yeah. Because like there's people out there not doing that and you're pricing your stuff at the same. It's like,
well, and some people do have super, super sensitive bodies. Some people can tell that difference. It's crazy.
I'll
but
tell you
some
this
people
right now.
can.
I mean, here and there, like carts don't get me high. Carts get me by. That's what I always say.
Gotcha.
But if I have a cart, and I can tell you immediately from the first rip if it's botanical terps, because I'm gonna die.
Damn.
Like it hurts every time. My body knows it's like, nope, this sucks. But
I got you. I like that saying. I like the carts. I keep one in my pocket, but if I'm trying to get stoned, it's either I'm rolling a blunt or I'm hitting the peak. Hello.
Yeah. Hello. Yeah. I was just hitting that. Check out the story.
Hey, that's right.
I don't know what strain that was, but we'll call it fire.
Hey, there we go. That was from the Resin Plug.
Resin Plug.
Yeah, TRP.
Boom.
There it is. Shout out to that.
Shout out. That one.
All of them.
All right. So we'll go ahead and
too.
What's that?
Let's make sure that link went out because sometimes Instagram won't that shit sit there and watch it post. So
yeah, it'll say upload.
Oh man, I've had so much with this whole thing trying to do the media and everything. I've literally at times when I'm trying to put my reels and everything that I've edited up, like it'll freeze right there and it won't hit like finishing up. So I'll have to delete Instagram completely.
Man. Oh damn.
Oh yeah. Like my internet sometimes in my apartment is trash, so it just gets clogged up, and then it just sits there, just spinning. I'm like, all right, so we're just gonna handle right now, and I know my how to fix it now. You turn it off and turn it back on.
Nice.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm IT. All right, so Trip Tales.
Okay.
Sorry, I was reading something.
Out right now?
Yeah, I was just reading something. I was like, did I write? Anyway, so Trip Tales as Sir Hi is also Jason Sir Hi.
Jason, yes.
Thank you. What is your experience with psychedelics? Do you have any?
Nice. I forgot that you do this section. Yes.
Surprise.
So I have I experimented with acid as in high school and things like that. So nice. I've tripped out on that. And then with mushrooms, I have done mushrooms a couple times. And where mushrooms definitely center you, and I think that you have to be in a good headspace to take psychedelics and things like that. And so last time everything was cool. It was actually during COVID. We were all just locked up. So we were like, well, fuck it.
What are we going to do? Let's go on a trip inside.
Vacation.
Yeah, exactly. So I was so I popped some shrooms with my partner at the time. And what came out of it was just a good time. But
right. I thought that was going in a whole different direction.
Nice. But what came out of it was that I felt that my dog Mac, RIP, needed to spend a little bit more time inside. Sometimes I'd put him outside, but we had a conversation and he was like, dog, I'm too old for this shit. And that was a connection with him that I swear mushrooms that's about it though. That's
I feel that because as much as people think I'm crazy when I've tripped and stuff like that, and I thought I think not that my cat is talking to me, but I can read what's going on and stuff. She'll now I notice things more.
Okay.
She'll walk up and go lick her mouth. I'm like, you want food?
Nice.
You can't talk to me, but and I'm like,
I had that kind of connection with Mac. It was a trip.
Crazy.
I was like, I feel your facial expressions more than I ever have.
Squishy facial expressions.
Yeah, he was dope.
Rest in peace.
Yeah.
And last episode I was kind of talking about how if I take acid or something, my stomach isn't as messed up, and I'm just happy and stuff like that. Whereas shrooms for myself is way more therapeutic and shows me stuff like that. It's hey, shakes the tree and be like, look at this.
Definitely, I can agree to that. I mean, on based on the two experiences or different experiences of the two, I felt the mushrooms were more maybe felt natural,
a little more
more grounding, and
I feel it's more therapeutic, whereas when I have acid or something like that, I'm just let's listen to music and bounce.
Let me look at the paintings, they're moving. This octopus
nice.
is lit.
So do you guys think that it's going to be recreational here soon on shroomies?
Yeah, for sure. And I already have recipes and stuff.
And shit. Wait, I think I talked about that.
Well, I have stuff that I haven't talked about completely yet, but
we got some secrets.
Breaking news. See, we breaking it right here. Let's go. Nice.
Yeah. Here comes the fire. So I have a soda that I've created.
Okay.
Like I have ice cream that I've made.
Oh, I love ice cream.
And all sorts of stuff.
Psychedelic ice cream.
Yeah.
Okay, damn.
Yeah, because like I mean, people were making milkshakes and stuff like that. So I'm like, why not this? And then also with knowing quite a bit of science, even though I look like the Grizzly Adams, I know how to extract way more out of it than most people do.
Okay, nice.
Without having to use a bunch of equipment. So we're gonna I was talking with someone, Cammie, she knows some like nanotech and stuff like that. So like we're like, she's got her own thing going, but like
didn't I tell
eventually I got some stuff to work if people want to work. But anyway, but yeah, no, it's definitely coming. I went to Amsterdam when I was in the army, and we got there and all the energy shops were closed.
Oh damn.
I'm like, for the night, and I'm like, damn, that's what we came here for. But like I was in the army, I'm like, we can't smoke weed. But yeah, we can smoke weed.
Nice.
So we took the one guy that was there. He wasn't gonna take any shrooms or anything. He was there for absinthe, which is a fugazi, which is a fugazi. Really, all it is. I've drank a lot of it. If you're gonna see things, it's because you're an alcoholic and you're just like, and like it, unless there's something with way more wormwood extract or some sort of psychedelic component in it, all you're doing is just a ceremonial shot of liquor, thing of sugar. You light it on fire, drop it in there, and stir it around. It's a sugary, very sugary drink.
Just drop some shrooms in it.
Yeah, do that. But so the next day though, we went and I took allegedly.
Hypothetically,
I got some stuff for some other people back in Germany that gave me a list of things to look for. But I had a backpack full, and the whole day I'm just eating. They're like, these ones make you feel like acid. These ones make you feel like this.
Wild
ecstasy. And I'm like, all right, I'm just eating them all.
Fictional story. I love it.
Yeah, allegedly. But yeah, so like, and it was no one cared, and I was just running around Amsterdam's like green area, whatever, green light district. And there's,
I think it's the red light district.
No, there's a green light.
There's a green light
for the weed. Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So there's a red light because believe me, I went down there too. I went down that. Be careful which corner you turn. There is a lady with no teeth. Anyway,
it
was scary.
There's a lot of shows out there for sure.
But yeah, for sure, the banana show. But yeah, they have a green light district and a red light. And I was running around at that time though, like I was tripping balls, allegedly. And they have like the Ferris wheel thing, and then there's like pigeons all around it. And we ran through those, and I screamed because I was scared. Because I was like, "This is a good idea. I'm gonna run through the birds," and then just went.
Oh damn!
Oh, the noise too.
Out with that, and just fractaled everything in front of me, and then I just had to stand still. I was just like, "Ah!" They got me, but yeah,
lay down.
Yeah, he needed some milk. No, I had a really good time, and I didn't hurt nobody. It was just a good time, but I'm glad that I can't wait for that to be here. Maybe not the fact that I
was like, dang, you ready for that? Round 2.
Yeah, round 2.
In the field
when I go, like
with the birds.
When I go,
you're gonna conquer that fear this time.
When I go. Yeah,
I feel it then.
Like maybe I'll turn into a bird next time.
I was about to say next time he's gonna try the ostrich farm.
Damn! I'm gonna ride an ostrich.
Ooh. Hell yeah! I support it.
That's a dumb idea. They're raptors.
They will knock in with that foot. They will.
Yeah, that's a velociraptor. Years down the line, that's all that is. That's gonna gut you. I ain't messing with that. But yeah, I can't wait for the shrooms and everything to be able to, like, you can get them at the stores and stuff.
Like we are seeing already like a whole shroom movement in the community. Like,
well, we have that facility up there with Sue Cicely, who's able to do the psilocybin clinical trials and things like that. So people are starting to experiment more. There's places like counties, that have it legalized. You can't purchase it, but you can have them and you can use them, or so.
I've seen weird stuff nowadays, like people talking about like extracts with like powder and shit. And
it makes me wonder, like,
I'm like, why are you making? I don't want a powder.
You know, like I'll be sitting at the lounge. I'm wondering, like, yo, how many motherfuckers are on shrooms right now?
Probably a lot of them.
I was just about to say
microdosing.
Oh, like all of them probably.
In the industry, I'll say
like that?
Yes. One of the best things about actually working in the industry, I'm not gonna say what companies or who, but like the amount of people who are like, "Hey Taylor, I just want you to know I am tripping sacks right now. I'm about to go to do this delivery and this education. Wish me luck." I'm like, cool. This is great. Other people would be like, "Hey, I just made these capsules. Do you guys want to try them? Maybe it'll help with this, this, and this." I'm like, this is such a great place.
I myself have like I was when I like was going through my stuff, I used them way heavier. But like now I've taken quite a bit of a break, and even from like smoking weed the other day, I took some dabs of hash and put myself in a cycle. But
there you go.
But I see it, everybody doing a lot more microdosing. I helped people allegedly for a while with like some chocolate bars and whatnot.
Okay.
I had to fix my my recipe allegedly, but we're hitting again.
There we go.
I like the ones that are mixed in with some ashwagandha. I'm not gonna lie to you; those ones are very nice for me.
So what I wanted, like teas and stuff and drinks and stuff like that. If you're ever looking to like help your stomach and stuff, eat some ginger. Ginger helps the stomach very much so.
Okay.
So when you make your tea, lemon, ginger, and that, and then blast off. Now you guys got me thinking about doing that later.
Nice.
Probably doing it.
There you go.
You can come on.
I mean, if I have those things, I don't know.
Allegedly,
everything's allegedly. All right, so we'll go ahead and take a break real quick, and then we'll jump into mental health as well.
Nice.
Because they try to
welcome a couple things
has been back, everybody.
And we're back, and we'll go ahead and jump into the next segment, which is mental health as well.
I like the music that you selected for that one too.
Yeah, I definitely extracted that from a YouTube video.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, I've learned so much about media in the past few months. So mental health is wealth. We kind of talk about it with cannabis and the psychedelics, but how have you had any, like, how has your journey been with mental health, with all the different aspects of your life, being like doing the rapping and stuff, which is intense, being a performer, to high maintenance and whatnot?
I feel like if I could have taken some advice that I gotten a few years ago or even 2 years ago, throughout my life, even at a younger age, like even in my 20s, which was just getting some therapy. There's been one of my greatest like strengths that I have now is that like I'm aware of when someone is just being a negative energy, or I have boundaries now, things like that. I have so it's like, because growing up, I didn't have the guidance that I wish I could have had. I was making a lot of decisions for myself at a young age, 16, 17, 18, that affected me all the way up to right now.
And you shouldn't really have been making them either. You should have had more guidance. So
right.
Shout out to therapy, man.
Right. Yeah. Because in a sense, I always just carried this chip on my shoulder that I had to prove myself and I wasn't good enough, for, the people that were around me and things like that. And I always had like support. I always hung out with like friends that were genuine and things like that. It was my own head.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
I see it nowadays.
Yeah. That self-sabotage is a bitch.
It is just, and then, so where therapy really helped me was define these things that I was self-sabotaging myself with. Like, I didn't realize that our brains were, mentally wired to think negative, right? It's work every day just to think positive. And I didn't even, consider, that was just how we were built. I just thought that was me. Right. So
yeah, we're mammals that are afraid to get eaten. So like just fear it. Like you can see it on all our YouTube or our TV. Like everyone watches Dateline now. Everyone watches all the scary things because we love to be scared.
But I think what really got to me and finally made me take that leap was the labeling that I feel like goes on. People want to, put these definitions on you or these terms and things like that. And, the people that are closest to you can harm you the worst when it comes to your mental health. And I went through a bad breakup where I thought I was going to be with, someone for the rest of my life. We had a child, and then that fell apart. And that was a tough breakup for me. So with her words is what really inspired me to just, because my friends would tell me the best stuff that everybody wants to hear, like this, that, and the other. But I needed to hear from like just a neutral source, like these things that were being said and talk about it. And it comes to find out your closest friends really do support you where you need it. And I was hearing things from, going through that process that I heard from certain people in my life. And I'm like, damn, that's a real one right there. Cause they were looking out for me and I thought they were just more so pumping me up and gaslighting, but
or like I've had people where I thought like are trying to tell me don't date that person or something like that.
Right.
And I'm like,
you're like, wait,
I'm like, you don't know. Because I think that they just don't like that person or something, and then I get to the end and I'm like, gosh, man. But yeah, I feel that.
You guys know I'm a huge advocate of accountability and the difficult conversations and all of that stuff. I think that the people who only tell you positive things are not ones that really are beneficial to your mental health, because it's going to allow you to get further and further into that, oh, it's not my fault, or oh, it's everyone else's, or
well, lessons come from losses.
But a lot of people want to just kind of push that mirror away, so they keep the people around that kind of just are hyping them up always. And it's like that balance is something that took me a long time to figure out, and seeing that it's something that a lot of people struggle with, finding that balance too.
I just read something, it was on a meme or something, but it's like the fool that yells at the mirror and doesn't realize it's a mirror. Like when you're yelling at other people,
totally.
Like this world is just a mirror of ourselves. Like I'll do it like I'm doing deliveries. I'm like, this jackass is in the right lane and I could turn on red, but then like a couple like lights ahead, I'm that asshole. And I'm like, bro. Like so it's rough. And to the fact where you were saying how people like you want to try to prove yourself and stuff. I've seen that so much, especially in the industry lately, that a lot of these younger kids, and I'm getting up there. I'm 38, or I'll be 38 this year. I have to do some math. I have to do some math. Nice. We're getting close to 40. We're stopping counting. But I even a homie, I'm not gonna call him out, but his profile picture was him with a gun. I'm like, bro, you're not that guy. I'm not that guy, and I've been to war and everything. Like, first thing, like, and you're talking and so on and so forth. Like, but like, I understand that feeling of wanting to prove yourself and be like, I want everyone to know, don't fuck with me.
Right.
I'm a bad motherfucker. And I feel that. But the strongest I feel comes from silence.
Yeah, a lion don't gotta tell you it's a lion.
Yeah. So, but he changed his profile picture. So shout out to him.
There we go.
And it's also not really smart to do that in the industry either. A lot of people are posting their guns and their weed in the same spot, and it's like we all know that people allegedly do things, but just don't like incriminate yourself. Possibly.
It's not, and also don't portray something that you're not. Like you're gonna get yourself hurt. And my paranoid ass ain't trying to be around nobody that's got a picture for their gun or a gun for their picture.
Ryan, they cry when they get arrested. That's the same.
Yeah, I ain't getting.
But I do want to, say thanks for your podcast. I've watched people on your episodes, and they talk about mental health, and I think that it's something that it's a cool topic. I think that everyone should be okay with listening to themselves. And one of the biggest things that I got away from that too was people pleasing.
Yes,
that is like a huge thing that I would do. I would do shit to please other people.
Yeah.
And like that's not gonna be the best, put you up for success. Like literally just
I would do that constantly, and then when I wouldn't get the feedback, I'd be like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'd be like,
"I don't even fucking want to go there."
And then people are like, "Bro, I don't even want to fuck with you." Like I wouldn't either now.
And then when you're in the position, where's everybody too? So you kind of like lose your self-respect and your value too, because people just start expecting these things. And then when most of the times therapy helps you establish those boundaries, and that's hard.
Yeah,
that's
I never had boundaries. I didn't even know what the hell
boundaries
they were.
Are amazing.
Fucking hard.
Oh man,
people are mean. I'm like,
and even myself, I'm noticing cycles that I have with even like dating and whatnot, and even today, like I couldn't really realize what my problem was, like because I keep trying to get with these women that are either unavailable or absolutely just
they've
shown you who they are, and you just don't really want to admit it because they're pretty.
Right. And then
I got you.
and then I'm like, why am I doing this? And it's like it's just a cycle of my dad being with my stepmom. He would pour everything into her, and she would just be like, And I guess I'm just trying to repeat that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, bro, no. Like quit messaging that person and so on and so forth. So like, yeah, like I love talking about these things, and I don't care what it makes me look like, because I'm growing and I'm better for talking about these things. So I hope you guys do too.
I think you're helping the community, man.
Oh, I appreciate that. That means more than anything to me, because that's what this podcast is about. I don't really give a shit about who I am anymore. Like that was something that I was on before, but like I'm really here to show you guys if I can step into madness. Like you guys don't even know. Like I was hitting up I spammed everybody. Like I needed a place to stay because I thought people were like coming to get me.
Damn.
Constantly. Like I was staying up. I would run from like my door to like my patio and back and forth, or I would be staring at outside of my peephole for like 24 hours. And even though I would open the door, I'm like, they got away this time. Like I was gone.
Now is this like on like one of those like
I was on a sick one.
Okay.
I had if anybody knows, like I said, like Theo Vaughn back in the day, my favorite weed was cocaine. That was my problem.
Okay,
and
I was gonna say probably something there with that.
Well, yeah, and it just released the paranoia and stuff from being at war and stuff.
Yeah.
So just put me on guard.
Yeah,
I was
thanks for serving, man. That's wild.
I appreciate it. But yeah, so I stopped all that bullshit and everything, and I'm doing way better. And you just got to know like your triggers and stuff. And just because you did something one time and it was okay doesn't mean that you can do it anymore. But yeah, so we keep it clean and natural.
Nice. Yes. I know I've found marijuana is like obviously like that's the daily, that's like eating and things like that. If, and other than that, take a little drinky sometimes. Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not mad at anybody for drinking. I just can't do it anymore. Just because every time I drink, my stomach, my body is just like, it hurts. Yeah. Like the whole next day.
Recovering is definitely a whole other level these days.
Yeah. Man, the last time I did it, I think I went through like a quick breakup, and I'm like, I'm drinking today. And I went and got 4 Dreckers. and I smashed them back to back.
Okay.
I mean, we were listening to music. It was a good time.
Well.
Yeah, and the next day I couldn't work. I was laying in bed, and it wasn't like
that's how it is, man. You're getting close to 40. I'm
Yeah.
let you know I'm a couple years ahead of you.
Yeah.
And that's when it hit me for sure. I was like, oh shit, 40 is different.
Yeah, definitely. I'm pretty close to that, and it's different.
Yeah,
like recover
it's
everything
different.
recovered. But all right, so we'll go ahead and jump into our last segment here, which is plug talk.
Plug talk.
All right. I love that one. So Plug Talk is all about promo and everything that we have going on. Obviously, you have the High in Arizona podcast enunciation.
Thank you.
Yeah, the High Lounge going on. If you don't know about the High Lounge, I don't know where you've been, but please go check it out. Go visit.
It's word of mouth. So that means that we're out. We're not advertising heavy. We haven't put in any paper ads.
Well, because y'all are hitting capacity almost every time you guys
Yeah.
have events and stuff now,
And
right?
there's some dope events that you guys have too.
So I do need to come out and say that, like, I think that we as a group, overacted a little bit on the capacity situation, because I think by putting it out there that we're at capacity, like we've been at capacity like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
And so
it kind of slowed it down a bit.
Yeah, I think like people are like, oh fuck,
don't worry about capacity.
Don't worry about capacity. We got room for you guys. Come
Try
through.
to fill capacity again.
But exactly. But where I do think that there should be some caution is when there's those events that are like really hyped out. Yes, those events, get there early and
like when like shout out to Burner and all them when you had them out there.
That was crazy. That was crazy.
Because didn't you used to rap around with them?
Did, yeah, he was. I went on tour with him. I know twice. I think there was a third one in there somewhere. But like
marijuana,
went out there and toured with him. He was actually the reason that I was able to like walk away from touring without having like be sad about it, because like I went on a tour with him to finish it up. And it was a sold out tour throughout the entire country.
Man.
And like when you tour with Burner, like everybody wants to bring you out weed.
Dang.
And like Burner won't smoke your weed. He'll just look at it, whatever. And then he just passes it along to all his tour mates. And that would be me. I'd be like, thank you, Burner. So it was great. But when he came out here, he's a businessman. I mean, I got a chance to watch him on the road, and there's a reason why he is where he is, period. He works hard.
Yeah.
And so when I approached him to come into the lounge, when they were coming to open up cookies, it was on business. I was like, hey, like I have this lounge. It's a mile from this. How much to get you out to do a chief and greet? Mm-hmm. He told me a price, and I start reaching out to starting to think about reaching out to some brands, but I'm looking at all the brands that sponsor me and things like that. I'm like, damn, like they're all going up against cookies right now. I don't think they're really going to be like, hey, let's bring out Burner, So I was like, all right. So I had to hit him up. I'm like, hey, sorry, I can't do it, man. I just the sponsors that I have are your competitors, and I don't have it like that. So Thank you for considering. Whoop woo.
Yeah.
But sure enough, man, that day came up, and Stingy reached out and said,
shout out Stingy too.
He's like, is it cool if Burner and the crew come through and burn it down? I'm like, well, man, I will lock the doors, through. Dog. You tell me what the fuck, So he comes through, and he was dope. Didn't mind that our members were there. Shout out to our members that were there that allowed him to kick it. He definitely talked to a bunch of people there. Smoked some Arizona weed.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And yeah, man, that was like it was a really cool moment. It like flashed me back to like 2015, because that was the last time I toured.
Nice.
And like that lifestyle, like, going out to the club with them later, and like being in like the VIP, and like, people wanting to come bring them weed, you know what I mean? I'm just like, damn, man. But yeah, this is a journey.
But yeah. So, and then what are the events you got coming up soon?
So the next event that we're looking forward to, actually I have one tomorrow that I'm really looking forward to. It's the Name That Strain.
Oh yeah,
where we
just saw that right before I didn't get to see the live.
15 different strains. If you know how to, name a strain with your nose or the look, come out. We got prizes. Zong's going to be out there.
Oh, Zong, nice.
But
I wish I could get another one.
Friendship Zong, tie it into other episodes.
Right.
I would if they would make me a new one, but that shit was expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they and then we'll try to do like a Zong clearing contest as well. But
I would have been able to do that shit back in the day.
Perfect. And then with the podcast, I'm very excited to have Jordan from Blueprint on. He's gonna be on this Thursday. So it's been fun with the podcast, talking to the Arizona cannabis industry, breaking news, and when it pops out there like that.
It's awesome.
But more importantly, just having a source out there for Arizona to discuss things going on in cannabis, because when you sit back and look at where we get our information as cannabis consumers, it's not really that much, right? So
yeah, or it's just like if you're watching mass media, it's procured. Like Fox, it's procured. It's like you're only getting what they want you to hear.
There you go.
So yeah, I definitely appreciate everyone up there. Also, shout out to Lunchtime Dab Time.
Hey, Polly.
Blunt After Dark with Smoke Dog.
Yeah. AZ Dank. You gotta make sure we shout out AZ Dank.
AZ Dank podcast.
I put out their podcast list, and the whole IG live. Is it a podcast or not? I had to consider, and I think if you save it, why not?
I was about to say, if you save it, I feel like technically,
people can call themselves whatever they want to nowadays. Right, so why don't you call yourself whatever you want?
Because technically, too, a podcast was not even video, right? It was supposed to just meaning
audio,
audio. So
yeah.
Technically, it's a live stream.
Yeah,
right.
I mean, but
hey,
yeah, I mean, what?
That's
if
cool
you want to get into the semantics of it, then it can be a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, people just take their emotions.
But regardless, dope for the scene. AZ Dank out there. Love the energy.
Oh, Hippie Chronicles.
Hippie Chronicles. You've got the Stoned Age podcast.
Stone Age. Yeah.
There's more out there. We're probably forgetting. Let us know. Keep us in the loop.
Put it down. And take your sorry, I've been watching way too much Matty Matheson.
Okay.
And he's my favorite chef because we're the same vibe in the kitchen. He's always on his videos all right, go take your dog shit comments down to the basement into the comment section. But I don't mean that to guys. Okay. But just if we're missing any podcasts, when we post anything, just tag, share everything. What we have coming up. Did you have anything else?
No.
Okay, what we have coming up, Taylor, if you want to, you have.
Oh, the ladies' night or day, I guess again. Okay. So Wednesday that'll be a little mansion thing for the ladies, so that'll be fun. And then the next day, and our podcast is going to be on too.
That's right. Sitting down with Taylor.
Jason keeps asking, where's the other ones? Who have you interviewed so far? But he keeps forgetting that I told him I wanted him to be my first person.
Right. And
so we've known each other for so long.
We have. So it'll be a good time. I'm looking forward to it.
First here. You heard it first.
First
right.
here. Yes.
Now.
Hello.
You've heard it here first. Or second. You've heard it here second.
You've heard it here, and that's what matters.
It's been done.
We said it last time, but I just love it when you put on your page the other day. You heard it here second.
Oh, right. Yeah, exactly.
I died. Yes. I'm hilarious.
Yeah, I don't think that Reddit should beat me putting out Arizona cannabis news. That's my goal. There should never be Reddit out there posting these things.
Yeah, because probably someone who posted on Reddit is probably in the at the High Lounge somewhere.
Because it's also let's vet it out here a little bit. What are you saying? Is it true? Let me get this thing. Let me get that. Don't just put this information out blasting this company.
That's the thing that I learned.
Let's get all the sides here.
That's the thing that I learned to not just react.
Yeah.
And just
just woosah.
I was so volatile. So yeah.
Whoa.
But what we do have coming up next week is Michelle Mango. I don't know.
Fire.
Tablets.
Interesting story. Are you going to tap into that at all?
Yes, we'll.
Oh.
I hope she brings all the documents and stuff. I love the proof.
We're going to hear about it.
I like it.
And then the second episode is Coda Shoots. So.
Dope.
Yeah.
He's dope. I've watched him. He used to work at the shops and stuff like that. So
I've I think I was a bud tender for him back in the day, and that's probably why I know a lot of people.
Nice.
But yeah, but then the next week is another artist. Is Malik Preme? Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. It's Preme. He's not here, I believe. He's in like New York or East Coast, something like that.
Fire.
So we'll do that, and then Shots by Ben. Will be the next week. So
very cool,
man. I'm talking to him and his lady about relationshipy stuff and all that.
Oh man, their goals. They're like, I watch them all the time, and they're always doing some cool shit, and he's always taking great pictures. I've been talking about.
I was about to say the pictures thing is a huge thing. People might have heard me talk about GWCs, guys with cameras. Can't stand it ruining the industry, but Ben's
doing it.
He's amazing. Right. He also brings his girlfriend. So ladies, if you're ever doing a photo shoot and the photographer says do not bring someone, don't waste your time. Especially
that
since
shit's weird,
free stuff.
That shit's weird.
Weird as fuck.
Being weird.
Don't be weird.
Yeah. All right. So be good, be clean. As always, be safe. Smoke up, trip out. Later.